Hello Potato, and welcome to part 2 of my build of LEGO Kit 21341, LEGO Ideas number 049, Disney Hocus Pocus, also known as the Sanderson's Cottage. In part 1 we got through, if Binks is to be believed here, a little bit more than the halfway point. Which looks, I think it was like 400 and something steps, but we're only at step 186 completed. Yeah, 407 steps total. But Binks does show us to be a little over halfway, so I think Binks may not be totally trustworthy here. However, we did parts 1 through 7. That video is already up if you want to go and look at that. In this part, we're going to finish sections 8 through 15, I believe, which should be another 9 bags. In this part, we're going to complete sections 8 through, I believe, 15, which I think comes to about 9 more bags. So we had 9 bags in the first one, because parts 1 and 2 had extra bags. And I believe part 15 is the one, this one that has an extra bag as well. But in the first part, we got the Sanderson sisters themselves and Binks. We've got a little graveyard here with Binks and Butcherson, who is, I think, the one minifigure not represented in this set. They didn't like have him as a, like a promo or something. That would have made sense to maybe have him as a promo, but like, you know, for the Gringotts Bank, they had the vault as like a promo kit if you bought the bank, like when it first came out. You got that little promo add-on for it, and they didn't do that for this one, unfortunately, because Billy is kind of, unless I'm just totally wrong, and we're going to find Billy in a future bag, but I don't believe he's pictured on the box. And we've gotten a good portion of the cabinet itself done. I think we basically have left to do is the roof, probably some more decor inside, I believe, actually, judging by the booklet here. Section 8 is going to start with some more decoration inside, because like we need the candle if nothing else. And then we need, there's a section 6 off here, and there's a couple things I meant to point out in part 1 when I went through what we built so far, because I'm not going to go through all of that at the end of this video again, but I meant to point out a couple more things. One, the Sandersons cannot possibly use that bed, as they have dress pieces and won't be able to lay down flat, so the bed is purely decorative. Also, I think your standard minifigure is more like 3 to 4 studs wide, and they've only given them 2 studs each, so I don't think, I mean, yeah, their arms are would kind of crowd each other. I guess it sort of works, because it's also way too short, so you could have their dresses stick off the bottom like that, so still a little narrow, though, I think. But you can actually set them on this. I was wrong about that. Other thing I wanted to point out, because it's something I haven't seen in a set before, doesn't mean it's a new thing, but these stairs are kind of built on a ladder piece to give you a really sharp angle on them. So there's a functional staircase, but it doesn't go, it doesn't stick out as far as stairs normally would. So I thought that was interesting. I haven't seen that before. Again, doesn't mean it hasn't been used before, just not in any of the sets that I have. But otherwise, yeah, the inside of the museum is, I feel, basically done. We have a few more things here, judging by the manual. But then it looks like it's going to be largely, we have stuff to do on the outside here. There's obviously a lot of detail work still to do here, where there's exposed studs. Those are going to all be covered up. And yeah, we have a whole section of building here, and the roof to build. So it was a reasonably long build the first time. I expect it'll be an equally long build this time. But that's fine. That's fine. That's what we're here for. I mean, you don't spend the money on these things to have it just take no time to put together, right? You want a little bit of work, a little bit of challenge, and that's what we're here to do. So, I guess without any more talking thus far, I'm actually going to move this to the back. Yeah, I didn't have the Lego sign out in the first part, equal reasons. I forgot about it, and also the box, which you notice I don't have up this time, was way too big to fit much of anything else on the table with it, which is why it's not up here now. I think there's a little more room to work with there. All right, so yeah, we are ready to start. So let's get into the fast forward. There we go. LEGO Kit 21341, LEGO Ideas number 049, Disney Hocus Pocus, aka the Sanderson's Cottage, is now complete. So yes, I was right, and the box did not show a Billy Butcherson figure, and there is no Billy Butcherson figure, which again, kind of a disappointment. You have so many figures, you have like all the major characters from the film, except one. And I wonder why that is. If I thought there was going to be another Hocus Pocus set to maybe supplement this, I don't know what it would be. I don't remember there being like an iconic car or anything in it that you could put Butcherson into. That would make sense. But there, again, to my knowledge, is not. Nor have I heard of any being planned. So, yeah, I'm not sure why they chose to leave out such a, frankly, seemingly popular character. They make a ton of merchandise for him. But we're all done now, and yes, there was a lot of detail work, a lot of fiddly bits in this. Some of the bigger fiddly bits than usual, like the uneven boards here on the front. I guess no matter like what you do, those are always going to look a little uneven, but I think that's the intent, right? So we've looked at the gate. We also do have the kids. I don't remember their names, and I'm not going to look them up. But we do have the kids now. We have a little Salt. That is, oh, what's her name from Harry Potter? Ron's sister. Anyways, that's like her hair, but with a different color, isn't it? Because I feel like I've seen that hairpiece before. But yeah, she has two faces. Smiley face. I guess determined face. I wouldn't call that angry or anything. Because like the guy, he's got like a downright scared face. As well as a kind of a, I don't know, unsure smiley face. And then the young'un. Also, I like the. I don't think this is a unique piece, but I like the hair with the witch's hat there. But her kind of unhappy face and her happy face, and her little trick or treat bucket, which I'm pretty sure I put the wrong handle on actually, because there was a black handle and a brown handle, and I think the black handle was meant for the cauldron because I have two brown handles left and didn't use any of them. Also, while I'm talking about leftovers, there's a lot of pieces I don't normally expect to see as leftovers in a Lego kit. We have a couple 1x2x1 bricks. We have a 1x4x1 brick. We have two of these little chains. And I know, I expected to be small pieces. These are larger pieces than I expected. Maybe because there's so many of them, they put in extras just in case you drop one or something. I don't know. But I really feel like this one in particular makes me think like, did I miss a step in the foundation? Because that's like when it was left over from, was one of the early steps in this build. We've looked at the gate before. We've looked at the trick-or-treaters. Now they can go away and look at the rest of the house. So one thing that's nice about this, and I think we've been seeing Lego do more of in the past couple years, is this kind of like the idea of the modular buildings where you can like clip them together and create a different skyline every time. I like that a lot of the kind of outdoor accessories now, instead of being like layered into the foundation of the building, are done with those Technic pins now, like the modular style buildings. So let's say I wanted to fit this into a different display, like I wanted to do a whole big Halloween display, I could just build it so it like locked into those Technic slots there, like the stairs that come with it do. And then I could just, integrate any bits I wanted to. Actually, I've got this off. Like the stocks or the Sanderson Museum sign, which, yeah, that sticker's crooked. I probably need to fix that. But one thing I want to look at on here, since I have this up, is the banister on the stairs. They used kind of like a brown version of the horns to create a curved banister, which I haven't seen that before, and I do like the look of it. It's very simple. It's a very simple idea, putting no stress on any bricks unduly, because those just actually rest in there. They aren't clipped into place, so they're just kind of resting in there. I think that looks really good. I like that banister. That feels like something I would expect to see like maybe in a Rivendell. I don't have the Rivendell set, so maybe it's there. I don't know. But it feels like the sort of thing I would expect to see in there. So we looked at most of the first floor in the first part of the video. No reason to go back over that too much. We have the roof now. I do like the way the roof is put on. It's got a nice hinge system, so you can open it up and look inside. You can only do that on this one side though, because the chimney does block, well, chimney and the dormer there block the other side. But opening here, I can see we have our little caged skeletons, and I like the idea, but I don't like my execution on it. I feel like I want to get more of these little claw pieces here and fix more of it to the bottom just to hold them straight, because they are getting pushed in, and I mean, you're not necessarily going to see them all that much, but I know they're there, and I'd like to fix them. We also have the rest of the Sanderson sisters' bed, which I don't think we'll be able to get too easily on camera because of where it is. Let's just lift the whole thing up. It is actually a 4-poster bed. I think you can sort of see it there. So we have finished that off. That's nice. We, of course, have the candle. You have to have the candle, which I saw somewhere had like one of these candles. I thought the candle itself was actually black. I guess just them. Also, I think that's the first time I've seen a black flame piece. I don't know if it's been used before. There's a spare one here, but I've never seen a black flame piece before, so that's pretty cool as well. Of course, we do have our back doors on, and again, they have more of that decoration on the outside held together by Technic pins, so you could swap that out with other stuff easily. We do have little handles here to open with, so you're not like trying to get a fingernail into a seam or something. Otherwise, largely the inside here is not much changed from the end of the first part. We do have a chandelier here. Let's get that up. There we go. That's also a nice piece. Spins. I don't think it necessarily needs to. That's just the way the pieces work. We have another spider web up there with a spider. We have a bat up here on the chandelier. Of course, we have our skeletons. Another bat over the bed. And the chimney. We have finished the chimney. Oops. We finished up our chimney, and that's not. I guess you need to kind of close this one first, because that actually does kind of stick in there. So now we do have our fire-breathing chimney. So when you spin the water wheel, the chimney does have the, it's not the smoke or flame, but it does go up and down, and that's kind of a neat little feature. It's about as close to a play feature as we're going to see on the set. This is a display set, not a play set. We have the dormer on the outside here, so yeah, if you want to open up this roof, you're going to have to pull off this and at least the top of the chimney, because I think that's what it's running into. And then we can, and only then, can we lift off the roof on that side and get a look in from there. And you can see our other skeleton. The spider web is stuck to the inside of that roof, so you really can't see that. You see that, I think maybe see the bed a little bit better there. So yeah, if you do want to access this or need to access the inside of this for any reason, once you have finished it from this side, you do have to do a little disassembly over here. I do like the way they've attached the roof though. I like that that hinge system. It holds it at a nice angle, and it makes it an easy way to take it up and off without having to like dismantle too much stuff. So is there anything else to talk about on this? Oh, yep, our little cap on here. This also clips on with Connect pins, or Technic pins rather, not Connect. So we can take that off easily. Look inside of there. We have, see, I think that's the only place I was supposed to use that black handle. I think this brown one was supposed to go on the bucket. No, it shows a brown one, a black one on the bucket in the picture. So was the brown one supposed to go there? Because that is not going to be easy to get to fix. That makes sense. Maybe it was supposed to be brass. Yeah, that's not going to be easy to get to fix, because that is behind the fireplace. So we have to take the whole roof off to get back behind there. But the fireplace is nicely implemented. It kind of disappears up into the top a bit. Oops, our fireplace poker is off center. There we go. Nope, now it's off center the other way. There we go. That's, well, still off center, but it will do. We have a chair. We have another of these little hourglass pieces. Now I know the set came out before the Dreams stuff did, but the first time I saw one of these little hourglasses was in the Dreams set that I purchased for the Halloween Village as well, which of course is where this is going to ultimately end up. I think, so a couple years ago, back during Hidden Side, I think during their first year, because they had two collections, right? There were two collections of Hidden Side. In their first collection, they had the Haunted Shrimp Shack and the Shrimp Boat. And I had picked up both of those and modified them. And there's pictures of this on the @VoidOfIntelligence Instagram if you're interested in seeing it. But I had picked up those sets and did some very, very minor modifications to make the boat signage for the Shrimp Shack and put it on top. And I think those are going to have to go for this. I think this is actually still a little big. I may have to crowd together some of the other stuff, but because this definitely has a bigger footprint than the Shrimp Shack does, by at least a little bit, if not quite a bit. But I'm just knocking everything down now. Everyone's falling. Heroes, villains, all the same. You know, as far as they have villainous, they should do a Hocus Pocus villainous expansion and just do all 3 of the witches. That'd be good. Also, I'd like to see, not that this is a video to appropriately talk about that stuff, but I'd like to see an expansion with some the Disney Afternoon villains. You know, Negaduck and Shere Khan. Yeah, I'm counting Shere Khan. Or Don Carnage. Do Don Carnage. Magica Dispel. You know, some of those characters in the villains game. There are lots of villains I haven't touched yet. There's more than just who were in the major movies. But yeah, this is a very nice, very detailed set. I still feel visually it looks a little similar to the Blacksmith's Cottage, but I think the Blacksmith's Cottage is a bit smaller. I've never built that one. I don't have that one. I don't do the medieval stuff, so I don't have that one, so I can't compare the two. But I feel like this is maybe a little bigger than that, but still very similar in style. But it's very nice, and even though I'm not a huge fan of the movie, I really do like this set. I think it looks nice. It'll look good in the Halloween Village. It is nicely themed with all of the loose boards on the front, kind of a little reminiscent of what they were trying to do with the old Monster Fighters Haunted Mansion or Haunted House. Some broken loose tiles on the roof. I think overall it's very effective, even if a little fiddly to put together. Nothing too terribly difficult, just a little fiddly to put together. But overall, I think the end design here is very clean in the sense that it's neat, not in the sense that it's not looking all run down and wrecked, which is intentional. Although honestly, thinking about it, this is a museum. You would actually expect the roof to be in maybe a little bit better condition than it is. It's like they've maintained the front and sides of the building, and then just from the attic on up, there's like, why bother? So maybe, you know, but that's how it looks in the movie though, isn't it? That's authentic to the film. I do like the stock. I think the stocks in particular are a nifty little touch. Obviously, there is no way you can put a Lego in that, short of literally ripping their head and arms off. Ginny! That's her name, Ginny Weasley. It looks like Ginny Weasley's hair. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments if, but I think that's Ginny Weasley's hair. Yeah, I got there in the end. But that does wrap this up. This is a rather pricey set, but, I mean, not compared to things like the AT-AT or the Millennium Falcon or something, but it's up there. It's up there in like I think around 250, I think this was. And so it's a big set, but it's a big set. It's a lot to build there. Took probably, all told, probably 3 to 4 hours to actually build this if you add together the multiple sessions of building. But I am happy with the results. It looks very nice, and it's going to look very good in the Halloween Village, which I'm sure I will put pictures of in the Void of Intelligence Instagram once I actually do set it up, which I guess I do need to do rather quickly. It's October now, and we do need to get that set up. Otherwise, it'll be Halloween, and then there won't be any point. Anyways, I do hope you found this at all interesting and entertaining. If you did, go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.